Afternoon everybody and welcome along to Walton Hall Park for FA Youth Cup action. It is round 4 as the Young Toffees take on Chelsea's Under-18s. A trip to Crystal Palace awaits the winner, but a tough test awaits Everton today. It was a 4-1 victory against Stockport before Christmas, but this will surely be a much tougher test. My name's Dan McCarthy and I'll be up on the gantry at 1 o'clock taking you through this game. I'm delighted to say that on co-commentary today I've got a man who's a veteran of this competition for Everton, Jose Baxter. Do you have any fond memories of playing in the FA Youth Cup?
Not very successful ones, no, but great memories, yeah. I remember first time stepping out onto a stadium in terms of more people watching you, cameras there, and it's a great experience for the boys. So this one today will be magnificent for them up against the tough test in Chelsea. Loads of cameras here and more people here.
It is a great opportunity for these young players because at youth level the cup competitions seem to have a bit more panache about them than the league status system, so it should be a good afternoon for them.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, there's always more eyes on the FA Youth Cup. It's a fantastic cup and it has been for many years, and you know, people who've burst on the scene. When Wayne come here and he burst on the scene and they had a great run in it, the Moore brothers for Villa, and people can actually go and make a name for themselves. So if the right people are watching and the lads have a good game, then the world could be their oyster.
Just going back to the game against Stockport before Christmas, it was a professional display from the Young Toffees. Obviously they were expected to beat Stockport. It took a little bit of time for them to get going, but they really showed their stuff in the second half in particular.
Definitely, yeah. I thought Stockport were good. I said that before and after the game. I thought they're doing great things out there, considering they're quite a new academy, and it made the lads little bit of a tough test for them for the first 20 minutes, half an hour, but once we got the grass for it, the changes at half time through Leighton and Kieran were really good, and it was a comfortable day in the end for the lads.
They were heavy favourites going into that Stockport game. They're probably the underdogs coming into this Chelsea contest. What kind of message do you think Leighton Baines will be giving his young players today?
Just go and be the best players you can. Probably similar message to what he's given them every single week so far, and try and make it as consistent as that, and not try and make it this has got to be amazing, and you know, put that little bit of pressure on the lads. The lads aren't soft. They'll know that this is a tough test. It's up to Leighton to make them as calm as possible, and ultimately have no fear. Go into the game and want to be the best. You go and shine as an Everton player. Yeah, they're Chelsea, but they're the same age lads with just a different shirt on. That's the way it's got to look at it.
Well, you might be able to tell from both of our hairlines that it is quite windy today here at Walton Hall Park. That could make a difference to this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about that before. You know, any little 1% you can get. Cup competition, you got to do what you got to do to win, and be in the round for the next hat, and that's it. And for us, if it's the win, then so be it. We'll take that as an opportunity.
And who for Everton do you think could be the difference makers today?
I think the midfield. In terms of the midfield, the game might be won and lost in there. So we've got 3 great lads in midfield, and for me, it could be that's where the game is won today. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that.
Well, hopefully the temperature will warm up a bit, the wind will ease off. And just a few minutes ago, I caught up with Everton Under-18s coach Leighton Baines to get his thoughts ahead of this game. Leighton, FA Youth Cup action today against Chelsea. It'll be a different kind of test to the one you had against Stockport before Christmas, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a completely different game. We know that Chelsea have got a lot of talented young players in their group, so a completely different challenge to our lads. So hopefully one they'll perform well in and enjoy.
You haven't played a competitive game for around about a month now. Just how eager are the players to get out there on the grass and show what they can do?
I think the players, they look forward to this competition. You know, it's the games they look forward to in sort of development football. So I'm sure they'll be very excited for it anyway. And as you say, there's been a little break in our calendar for a while now, and we've not had a competitive game. So hopefully they're all chomping at the bit to get out there.
Just how special is this tournament for the young players as an opportunity to make a name for themselves?
Yeah, definitely. It's our development world equivalent of the FA Cup. So we've seen throughout the competition so far, just like we see in the FA Cup, there's been some surprising results and some upsets and some shock scorelines. So hopefully we can go out there today, give a good account of ourselves, and come out and get into the next round.
In terms of the team news, we know that Martin Sheriff is missing. There's a few other absentees as well. How confident are you in the team that's out there that they can get a result today?
They're good lads. They've got plenty of personality and talent themselves. So we're very confident. Yeah, there is one or two, but that's always the case at every level in most teams throughout the country. So we're confident and happy with the lads that we have got out on the pitch. It's a great game for them to play in, part of the development, not just to play against what will predominantly be international footballers at their level, but also to be in a competitive game where there is a little bit more onus, like there is in cup competitions, to try and get a win and get into the next round.
And just finally, what is the message going to be to the players before they get out there?
I think they've had a lot of messages now. We've done our meeting before the game, so I think once we go back into the dressing room and speak to them one more time, we'll keep it short and brief, but we'll just try and get them in the right frame of mind and have a mentality to go and win the football match.
Good stuff. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Leighton Baines there speaking before today's contest against Chelsea. But we're going to look back now on how Everton made it to this stage of the competition. It was a 4-1 victory against Stockport County. Here are the best bits from an evening at Goodison Park.
Corner comes in, keeper flaps at it, and there's the first goal. And Martin Sheriff gets his reward for persistence.
Goal scorer for Everton, number 9, Martin Sheriff.
And Martin Sheriff in the right place at the right time to steer Everton finally into the lead. Here's again, Piazza. He's a dangerous customer, and Di Piazza has scored for Stockport County on the stroke of time. Well, we said before that he put himself about, and he showed good strength and good composure to not only see off the challenge, but steer the ball into the back of the net. The Stockport County fans around us are celebrating, and why not? Because their team are level at Goodison Park, and it came from nowhere. Here's Martin Sheriff, and he scored again. Martin Sheriff with a glancing header finds the back of the net.
Goal scorer for Everton, number 9, Martin Sheriff.
Great little number 8 run by H, to be fair, and I think we had 3 lads on the back line, and just that little gap appeared and he noticed it. Great ball by Allard and great header across, and to be fair to Martin, that's all he could do was header it over the keeper, and he done it superbly.
Bure just manages to keep the ball in play. Is there a final ball? Sheriff's on his hat-trick, and he wins a corner. And Everton are just starting to turn the screw here. Jacob Bowman-Clark takes the corner kick, swings it in towards the near post. Here's Matti Apter, and that's a superb finish by Matti Apter. Called.
Goal scorer for Everton, number 18, Matthew Apter.
He did control the shot, and he did find the back of the net to surely fire Everton into the next round of the FA Youth Cup, 3-1.
Yeah, it was on one. It does. You could see it, whether it was from our lads direct into Matty or whether it was from a header out. There was big space and he controlled it really, really well, Matty. Really, really great finish.
Super finish, isn't it?
Yeah, he'll be happy. Great finish.
Super finish first time. Yeah. Wasn't time to take a touch, but he didn't need one.
What it has been, so we've been quite fortunate. Great strike, George.
Lovely ball by Pickford. Jordan Pickford-esque. Now, can we fashion a chance for Martin Sheriff?
Is it George
Morgan makes the forward run. It's a great run. It's a great ball. It's a great goal. A superb goal from Everton to wrap things up. George Morgan, the goal scorer, and Everton are home and dry.
Really good. Really, really good. And we said that they'll be pressing in 1s and 2s, and they'll be a bit tired, and they won't be able to step as a unit as they would in the first half. Nice ball inside and a great way to pass and great finish. Great run as well. You know, 101 minutes that, and you can see him lung burster for George Morgan here.
Great tempo to the move.
He was. There he goes again, George Morgan, steaming forward. He got some energy, the boy.
Referee blows the final whistle. Well, it took a long time to get out of Stockport County's sight, but in the end Everton are comfortable 4-1 winners. Stockport can be very proud of their performance, and Everton have beaten them by 4-1. We move on to the next round to play Chelsea. Everton 4, Stockport County 1.
Well, we are just a few minutes away from kickoff here at Walton Hall Park. Round 4 of the FA Youth Cup between Everton Under-18s and Chelsea. It will be certainly a tough contest for the young Toffees, but they showed some real good stuff in the 4-1 victory against Stockport last month. It has been a while since we've seen them in action. That was a 2-0 loss to Manchester United, so they're going to be very, very eager to get back on the field and get back involved. Jose Baxter is alongside me, Dan McCarthy in commentary. And Jose, I asked you off there, I'm not sure whether I believed you. Do you miss occasions like this where the wind is gale force level?
For me, yeah, you do. Just to answer your question, because I think we were off there, but yeah, you do miss it. You'd be a liar if you said no, and there's definitely days like this what makes you think I'd love to play in this game, but you know, we've had our day, and the next best thing to it is still being a part of football and coaching, so still privileged.
You've seen a lot of these Everton players come through the ranks because you've coached them at under 16 level. Just how proud does it make you as a coach to see them in games like this and see them progress?
It's brilliant. Listen, like we've always said, we want every single one of our lads to succeed, but the data and the percentage tells you that can't happen. But we want them all to do well. It makes you super proud. Even going the game last week and Dobbs coming on and scored, and it's fantastic, not only at this club, but the other day West Ham play Bristol City and I'm watching it for Joe Williams, and you always take a look out and you always want the lads to do well. John Joe and Walshy, all them type of boys, I still look and see what score he got on just for them, and you don't have to be in regular contact, but we're always thinking of them and we want our boys to always do well.
Yeah, absolutely right. And we haven't seen Everton Under-18s win a great deal of games this season. That the league form has been below par, but that's kind of a nice thing about playing in a cup competition. It can serve to be a nice distraction.
It can, yeah, and you find a lot of times there's certain clubs, certain teams in cup competitions that just thrive on cup competitions, and hopefully we're one of them. We haven't won many games, but after watching a lot of games this season for the Under-18s, it's definitely not through the lack of the way they play, lack of trying. It's just silly mistakes here and there, and that's down to the maturity. But first and foremost, the football that they play is really good, and our job's to develop as well as win, so they're on the right track.
Well, the two sets of players are walking out onto the pitch here at Walton Hall Park, accompanied of course by Z-Cars. Everton in their traditional blue shirts and white shorts, Chelsea in a sort of turquoisey green away kit come up to Merseyside with today. Sets of players just going through the usual pre-match rituals, handshakes with each other and with the referees. Here are the teams. Everton have made 4 changes from the game against Manchester United last time out. Bradley Moonen, Alan Thomas, Jacob Beaumont-Clark and George Morgan come into the side. George Morgan has been in pretty good goal scoring form of late. No Martin Sheriff, Joel Catesby and Jack Patterson are also absent due to injury problems. As for Chelsea, their side is stuffed full of players who play international football at youth level. There is a Scouse number 9 up there in Jimmy J Morgan, who is, I'm reliably told, an Everton fan. He was brought from Southampton earlier on in his career. The likes of Ollie Harrison and Harrison McMahon have represented England at youth level. Referee today is Declan Brown, flanked on either touchline by Mark Hanson and Joe Cunningham, with Daniel Tyus serving as the fourth official. Matthew Apter, today's captain for the Young Toffees. Here are the substitutes for both sides. Interestingly, on Chelsea's bench is someone who has been on Maurizio Pochettino's first team bench in Michael Golding. Those are the players who could come on and make a difference the longer we go on in the game. Leighton Baines there looking to preside over what would be a really impressive win against Chelsea. They're currently third in the Southern Division of the Under-18s. But it's all about today, it's all about this 90 minutes. The players have been eager to get back out on the pitch. They've had to wait a little bit longer than they like because of a frozen pitch the other night. And it is going to be Everton shooting from left to right in this first half. Key for Everton to make a really good start here. They are shooting into the wind, which I think was a decision that they wanted to make. They wanted that advantage in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. Like we spoke about before, games can be won and lost on 1%, and if that means the wind being behind your first half until it settles down, then why wouldn't we take that?
There's Chelsea in possession of the ball early on in the piece. Back to their goalkeeper Max Merrick. And down the left is Isha Samuel-Smith, and that's a nice little subplot to the afternoon's play. We've got a couple of brothers in action on opposing sides.
Funny enough, I was walking in before and I seen Isha, and I just said to him, Alden's been telling everyone he's going to smash it all week, and we had a little laugh, but what a fantastic moment for the family.
Yeah, absolutely so, and it'll be really interesting to see how those two play up alongside each other. They are on the same side of the pitch as well, so could see a few challenges flying between the brothers.
Hopefully so, hopefully so.
Hopefully Odin comes out on top.
Absolutely.
And it is Samuel-Smith Senior who takes the throw in. His brother just shepherds the ball out of play, and Everton get the throw in themselves. Back to Bradley Moonan. And George Pickford, who's had quite a good season in goal. He's had a lot of work to do, so he's been involved in the play more, but he's a player who's impressed at this level.
Absolutely, yeah. Hold-up play's been brilliant this season, and just a couple of goals. That's all that's missing a little bit for George, is a couple of goals, and he's managed to get them. He's been out injured a little bit, but he's definitely at a bit of form and looks to be full of confidence at the minute.
It's Van Shaw who takes the throw in on the far side. Collected in the middle now by Harrison Armstrong. He's trying to work his way forward. Combination with Kobe Abiri. No Martin Sheriff involved today up front. He will be a big miss today for Everton.
He will, yeah. We spoke about it before. He's injured, Martin, and it'll be killing him. Alongside the other lads, Joel Catesby, Jack Patterson, it'll be really hurting them that they can't play in a game like this. But hopefully we're in the next round, and by that time they're all back fit.
Yeah, the winner of this game will face Crystal Palace in round 5 of the FA Youth Cup. All scooped down the field by Alan Thomas. Morgan's trying to run onto it. Will be a free kick for Chelsea. Here's Samuel-Smith. Looks to put an early cross in. It comes off Moonan's thigh. Here is Morgan, first look at him getting involved. but Moonan does well. Stops the back heel.
Yeah, defended well, to be fair.
Samuel Smith with the throw, looking towards Jacob Beaumont-Clark. These are very difficult conditions to play in, and chances might be at a premium because of it.
Yeah, definitely, and mistakes as well. So not giving up and not just thinking that the ball's going to run through to the keeper, might hold up in the wind, different things like that. You know, you just got to be on your toes for the whole 90 minutes plus.
Tyrick George on this near side, combining with Caden Wilson. Lots of play in the wide areas early on. No real chances created. Plenty of time for that to change. Quirks of modern football finding their way down to youth level as well. The centre-back taking the goal kick, rolling it short to Merrick. Too much pace on it for Samuel Smith.
Played.
Yeah, played over towards Van Short. Been given plenty of time and space to make a move down the far side. Here's a Berry to twist and turn away. Chelsea do well, make the challenge. Encouraging signs though from Van Shore and Berry combining down that left.
Yeah, definitely. You can see as soon as the ball's going with George, the right-sided striker's being really aggressive, and there's twice now that it's went right over his head from George Pickford into the full-back and we've got out, so hopefully that can be something to give us the advantage within the game.
Murray Campbell rolls it back to Merrick now. Here's Wilson. And you almost get the sense that Chelsea are reluctant to play the long ball because they know it's almost going to come straight back at them. It's going to be like a boomerang.
Yeah, to be fair, I think with or without the wind, I think the way they want to play and the way they've set up, the ball's going to try and be on the floor as much as possible for the way they're playing, but definitely that plays into consideration. They won't want to go long because by that time it could be back at the feet.
Here's Wilson. There's a run forward there from Tyrick George, but Wilson opts to go back to his keeper. Look to try and break Chelsea down. Smart turn there from McNeely. Moonan steps in. Here's Samuel Smith. Down the corner. Picked up now by Isha. Jimmy J. Morgan. Back to George. Chance to get the strike on goal, and it crashes against the crossbar. Lovely effort. Not far away from an opening goal.
No, it wasn't. Nice play, to be fair. It was quick as soon as it went in. I think I could hear our bench shouting for handball, so I don't know whether it was just beforehand, maybe. But great strike by the boy.
It would have been some way to score first goal of the game. Given away cheaply by Van Short. Chelsea trying to move through the middle. Jimmy J. Morgan wanting to get a strike away.
Go on, you're in. Go on,
Chance
George.
now to play the ball forward, and it's George Morgan. And he's got away
Surely
from
to
Wilson.
God, surely.
He was brought down.
Red card, surely.
Yeah, you'd think. Yeah, the red card is in the referee's hand. And Chelsea down to 10 men. 8 minutes into the game. And what a twist in the tail already. It was George Morgan who made the run forward. Showed real pace and strength. He was clipped by Wilson. The referee had no choice.
No, it wasn't. It was a great interception by Jacob, to be fair. I think it was Jay. Yeah, great interception, and George was playing in between the both centre halves. To be fair to him, he was ready, so well done. Took the touch across him, and that's what happens. They've got two choices: they leave you to go and have the free shot, or they take you down. And unfortunately for the young boys, getting an early shower.
What a huge opportunity this is now for Everton to establish themselves and put Chelsea on the back foot.
Listen, if this goes in, then you've killed two birds with one stone, and it's a great start to the game.
Looks like Jacob Beaumont-Clark fancies this. He's very much set up for a left footer. And it is Beaumont-Clark, sends it over. Not a bad effort from the free kick, but all of a sudden, I think whatever Leighton Baines said to his players in the dressing room, it kind of goes out of the window, and a different game plan approach we could see.
Listen, he's got the experience, Leighton, to not get too excited with that. Chelsea are the top side, and he's been in situations like that himself where teams have been down to 10 men and it still becomes a tough task, but ultimately it's better playing against 10 than 11, surely.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Chelsea change their formation, maybe have a change of personnel as well. We are located just above where the dugouts are, so keep an eye and see if fancy making any substitutions. Long ball forward is dealt with pretty straightforwardly by Moonen. Here is Bates round the corner.
Looks like they've just took one from the back line, to be fair, and went to a back three and kept the same formation, so nice and brave from their manager, to be fair to him.
Pickford going long, looking for Iberi. Stepped in nicely by Chiampong. It's a throw in now.
Looks like Cal Bates, I think.
Well, the physio is being waved on. I think you might be right. It is Cal Bates who's down on the deck. Can't really tell from the replay, but his foot may have been trodden on or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know whether he just twisted it on landing. Hopefully he's okay though, because he's a good footballer. Cal, need him in the team.
Yeah, he's a good, strong, all-round midfielder, Cal Bates. Certainly one of the standouts from this crop of young Evertonians. He's back up on his feet, which is good to see. Nice to see fans in attendance. There are quite a few in the stand opposite us, starting to support the youngsters today.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see. Like you say, it's different from a normal Saturday game, because obviously there's a bit of a stand, there's more television, there's more people here. So that's the pressure that it adds, the FA Youth Cup, which ultimately makes or breaks you.
Cal Bates and Isha Samuel-Smith just getting reacquainted with one another. Nice challenge made. Here is Bates again. Of course, young Toffee's looking to follow in the footsteps of the senior side who had cup success during the week. Taken to a replay by Crystal Palace, but lovely Andre Gomez free kick, got a 1-0 win. Hoping for more of the same.
Well played.
Here's Bates. Samuel Smith. Moonan. Morgan sent down to the deck. And even though he's not had too many touches of the ball so far, you can argue that George Morgan's been the difference maker so far with his pace and movement.
Yeah, definitely. There was one there, I think I've just heard Leighton tell them, where Jacobs rolled inside and Ishays went with him. There's a big gap for George just to play on that back line, just like he did for the red card. He's just got to be patient.
There's Beaumont Clark on the ball. It's a nice idea. Just asking a little bit too much of Kobe Aberry.
Yeah, just with the wind, they're the type of passers what just need to stay on the floor. The minute you put them in the air, the wind will just gather them and it'll skid off the surface.
There's the Chelsea keeper, Max Merrick, who may get busy longer this afternoon winds on. Samuel Smith, who has moved into a more central defensive role. Ball over the top now, looking for Jimmy J. Morgan. Pickford does well. It can't be collected by Apter. It's loose from Morgan again.
Go on, drive.
This is Armstrong. Pass forward now to Morgan. Wrestling with each other on this near touchline. Does go out of play. Moonan and Thomas. And there's Van Shaw. There's space for him. Armstrong shouts at man on and he passes the ball to one of his teammates.
Brilliant
Morgan.
play.
Beaumont Clark. Quick one-touch football. Armstrong now. Over the top for Iberi. We know he's quick.
Left foot.
And he gets to it. Well blocked there by Harrison McMahon, but it's a corner kick now for Everton.
Yeah, nice patient build-up, to be fair. There was a case when it got set back from George Morgan, and that's where you're just looking for your wide men just to make them out to win runs, and it took an extra pass and an extra two, a little bit of patience, but in the end Kobe did make the run, and great ball by Harrison Armstrong.
How do they approach this corner kick? Because we've mentioned the wind already. It's going to play a part for the entirety of the afternoon. Do they take it short or do they swing it in?
You just swing it in, but you just take a little club length off it. You don't hit it as hard, and what happens when you hit?
It's dropped by the keeper, bobbling around the box. Beaumont Clark trying to get it onto his left foot, curled then by Apter and curled over the bar.
That's the thing, what we spoke about before. You just need to be on your toes for the whole 90 minutes. You can't expect the keeper to grab it in winds like this. You've just got to be in and around them and be ready.
Yeah, if they can send it as close to the keeper as possible, the law of averages state that he is going to make a mistake with the ball properly flying towards him. Fortunately, it didn't result in a strike on target after sending it over. Did score a lovely goal against Stockport.
Some finish, yeah, it was a really great finish. He didn't half control it really nice because it was quite awkward, but he made it look easy.
Chelsea looking a bit rattled at the minute.
Yeah, that's how we want to make them look, to be fair. Anything that goes to the side, you see Kobe was in and it went backwards and straight away Apter's in, and you just got to suffocate them.
Gets there ahead of Morgan. Right, it's up to George Morgan. Berry. Just a slightly poor pass. I'm sure couldn't keep it in play.
suppose one of the things that Leighton will want to see from his side is them keep the ball as much as possible against the 10 men, make them run and tire them out.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Here's George, flanked by Samuel Smith. George is going to cross himself. Headed out by Moonen. Armstrong can't find a teammate, but Bates is on the ball. No nonsense clearance. Harrison. Tarek George. Harry Campbell plays it across to Chiantong. I suppose at this stage you don't really mind Chelsea having the ball because they're not exactly going anywhere with it. It's just a lot of sideways passing because they have a lack of options. They're a man down.
Yeah, they have, but you just got to keep switched on because you just see there Jimmy J Morgan's movement, just a split second, that's all it takes, just switching off, something like that. Before you know it, they're inside your box having a shot on.
Yeah, they've curled it home.
Like
Chelsea take the lead. Donald McNeely with the strike, and I'm afraid to say Everton did switch off. It was Isha Samuel Smith coming back to his old club and haunting them, making the move down the left, and fairness to McNeely, it's a lovely finish.
Yeah, it was a great finish. I think what happened, Oden just overcompensated and thought he was a winger there, and Isha's making the run inside. He's cut the pass off to go outside, but there's actually no one there, so just maybe stay in a little bit longer, be a bit more patient, and as you can see he's just drifting out to the right and there's no one there, and great pick out by Isha and great finish by the boy.
Yeah, he gets his head up and McNeely opens his body out, curls it to the far corner, and George Pickford could dive all he likes. He wasn't going to get there. It's a super finish.
Yeah, that's what we spoke about. You just can't switch off for a split second, especially with talent so high. 10 men, you know, they can easily punish you still as good as they can with 11.
Real disappointment for Everton. Still a long way to go in this game. Need to try and be a little bit more creative. Give Morgan a few opportunities to run in behind because we know he's got the speed.
Yeah.
Moonan's going to go along, but again, the wind drags that towards the keeper.
Yeah. The more experience the lads will get, and the more they're used to playing in services like this, you learn to start the ball a little bit outside, knowing that the wind will take it a bit inside, and you just change in terms of how your pass is going. Instead of bringing it right to his feet, you're aiming a little bit more to the left, hoping that the wind does take it. And same with golfers and stuff, you see when the service and the conditions are a little bit difficult, you have to adjust to it.
Harrison just trying to flick it round for Jimmy J Morgan. It's picked up by Beaumont Clark. Now Odin Samuel Smith.
Great ball.
Yeah, it's a lovely pick out over the top for Ribéry. Dragging Chiampong with him. Needed that bit of support, but he has won a free kick at least.
Yeah, great ball by Allard.
In some ways, Ribéry might try and play the sheriff role of being someone who's a big target man to play the ball up to.
Yeah, I think with his pace, you just want Colby running in behind. If you want anyone to hold it up, it's George Morgan for me. Just hoping that a centre half comes with him, and if he does, that's where Colby needs to be on his toes and keep threatening in behind.
Looks like Bates is the man to take the free kick. Not the best delivery and had to miss controls. Disappointment. Chelsea have presented the ball straight back. Armstrong ricochets to Beaumont Clark. He can get a strike away surely. Beaumont Clark shoots. Oh, it would have dropped for Morgan. Bakes in for Iberi.
Actually watched Jacob score a great goal with his right foot last week, exactly a similar position, just touched it to his right foot and smashed it across the keeper, and had a massive opportunity to do that. I don't think he needed the extra touch to come inside, he just killed his space.
Yeah, I have noticed a couple of times that he's been reluctant to use his right foot. He's tried to take the extra touch to go on his left, and maybe just needs to be a little bit more ruthless, a bit more direct. Another corner for Everton, taken by Bates. Eric's punch is airborne. Armstrong. Unas touches. Armstrong gets the shot away.
Lucky.
Well, there is one thing for Everton. They know the corner kicks are causing problems.
Yeah, definitely, and that is a massive part of the game and a big part of the game, and a lot of percentage of goals come from set plays, so definitely use it to our advantage.
Even though they've only got 10 men, the lead is still precarious for Chelsea. Everton still need to try and pile the pressure on. Whatever they do not want to concede a second. Samuel Smith intercepted well by his brother. Here is Odin. I think I might have to just refer to them now as Odin and Ishe. I think that'll be easier for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's Ishe, who's got the ball in his hand. It's over Harrison's head. Oh, that's given away by Moonen. Just lost his footing a little bit.
Yeah, recovered well though, to be fair.
Armstrong. There is space now. Morgan's on the move.
Yeah, he's really good at that H driving with the ball.
Beaumont Clark through now for George Morgan. Great opportunity.
Oh.
He just couldn't get the ball struck away as quickly as he'd like.
Yeah, they're the ones where I always say to the strikers, the goal never moves. You should know your whereabouts. That's just a first time finish for me. You don't even need to look up or take a touch. Just gives the defender an opportunity. Keeper to just reset, just turn and hit him one. Great little ball by Jacob.
It was a classy little ball from Jacob Beaumont Clark. Bakes is taking the corner. It's going to be an outswinger this time. It's actually Beaumont Clark who's gone over to support him. Back now to Bates. Blocked at source, and Merrick just about gathers.
Well worked.
Keeper looks stricken. Nicely worked though from the short corner.
Yeah, it was. Nice work, corner.
I think in making the block and grabbing the ball there, Merrick's just hurt his hand a little bit. Be okay to carry on. No distance on the pass from Harrison. Moonen loses control. Harrison Armstrong was trying to snap in there.
Yeah, actually unlucky. He was literally a split second away from nicking that. Still well in the game, Everton, to be fair. Still well in the game. I know they've got one man down, but they've actually played some good stuff, and you can see that they're still a threat, Everton.
Yeah, I think in particular the man on the ball now, George Morgan, he's never stopped moving.
No, this hold-up play is really good, really good.
Bates caught by Morgan. Van Shaw's making a move to Iberi now. Apter, Iberi,
Go on.
the turn, shoots.
Ooh.
Loads of Chelsea players back defending. It's a challenge made there on Jimmy J. Morgan.
Yeah, it was a high foot, but you can see he didn't mean it at all. There was no aggression in that. He just tried to bring the ball down with his foot, and unfortunately he's crouched down to head it. And nice and brave, by the way, by Morgan.
Just a little bit mistimed from Callum Bates. Just pick up Everton's first booking of the game.
I'm not sure if the goal scorer actually got duped for Chelsea, because if you seen him when he ran over to the corner flag, he volleyed the corner flag that hard that it come straight out of its place over the advertisement board. So I'm not sure if the referee duped him or not for that.
Yeah, they've managed to fix it, plant it back down. There is the man who's made the difference so far, Donald McNeely.
Yeah, not just his goal, but his hold-up play and his combination play's been really good as well. The number 7, so he's one to keep an eye out on.
Jimmy J. Morgan still is receiving treatment. If he does have to come off for his sake, it's not the way you'd want his game to end, but he has been a threat for Chelsea so far, so it'd be a real blessing if Morgan's afternoon's over.
Yeah, definitely. His movement's been really good. Listen, if it is true that he's a Scouser and he's an Everton fan, then he won't be going off with a little kick to the head. He'll swallow that up and get on with it.
I wonder if deep down he'd rather be wearing the blue of Everton.
Listen, that's a question you'd have to ask him. I know as a football club, watching him and his movement and the way he's played before, seeing the kid at Southampton and seeing him at England, he's a top talent, and of course most clubs would want a Jimmy J. Morgan in the side.
Yeah, in many ways he encapsulates what this young Chelsea side are about, because he's already worth millions of pounds. That's what Chelsea paid Southampton to get him, so it's always going to be a tough ask for Everton when they are playing a side who can cherry pick the best players in the country.
Yeah, they've always done it, to be fair, Chelsea, and they're actually quite good at it. They go out and spend, and they're quite aggressive with it, so it's something that they've done since I can remember, and obviously they continue to do so.
Probably are going to get a considerable amount of added time at the end of this first half. Chelsea make a move forward again, looking to get a second goal. Good block from Samuel Smith. It's Keanu Dyer making the the burst forward. Now Everton look to respond with Apter. Down the line for Morgan. The offside flag goes up against him.
Yeah, it's one that's just one for Matty. I think as you're dribbling with the ball and you look up and you can see your strikers behind the defenders, it's just an indication that he probably is offside. You just need to be brave and hold on to the ball and twist and turn and maybe work your way out and be patient with it.
He's been in pretty good goal scoring form recently as George Morgan. He's looking to add to his tally. 5 goals for the under-18s this season. Moonen away. Armstrong can't hold on to it. It's George. Receiving the pass from Neely, but it goes out. Uche now back to Harrison Murray Campbell.
We could do with some ball boys around the outside, because one thing Chelsea are good at and always have been good at is wasting time.
Yeah, rather leisurely jog there to go and pick the ball up.
It's just good game management, really is good game management. I don't know whether it's something that they instill into them, but they're really good at it. It's just clever.
Yeah, one thing that Everton probably need to do to Chelsea is just make today as nasty as possible for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Try and fly in with challenges, obviously within the legal limits of the game. Beaumont Clark does very well. 3 against 1. He couldn't quite hold on to it.
Yeah, I thought it was a foul. See the lad pulling him back, to be fair.
McNeely, challenged by Van Shaw.
Referee.
Didn't really see a great deal wrong with that.
No, I think it was the one before. He just literally pulled him back a bit. But I thought it was a foul on Jacob near the touchline here too.
Remains 1-0 to Chelsea. Donald McNeely's goal about 20 minutes into the game.
Chance.
Oh, big opportunity. Apter, keeper's out of his goal. Is he going to shoot? He does. It's a weak effort from Apter. And he had options either side.
Yeah, just an easy one, just into the wind, left foot or right, the outside of your right foot. As soon as you pinch it, the keeper's nowhere near his goal, just curl it in. Now.
I think he just saw the Chelsea defender in his way and felt that a first-time strike would be blocked by him.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about before with the wind. You don't even need to kick it straight, because if you did kick it straight, the wind would take it out. Outside of your right foot, start at about 5 yards outside the goal, and it'll just naturally come in anyway.
Yeah, just a few examples there of how big a part the wind is playing this afternoon. Flipped on by Beaumont Clark. Morgan can't keep it on the field. Throw-in awarded to Chelsea. Apter and Armstrong maybe just getting in each other's way there. Dyer to Morgan, but Thomas tries to step in. Here's Harrison. Over the top Tickford comes and claims it there. A little bit of an awkward one where I think they left it to each other, but George Pickford made it his own.
Yeah, he's on his toes, to be fair, George. Nice loud shout and come and made it his own.
Bates to drive forward. Iberi against Harrison McMahon. Moonen. Morgan. Holding Samuel Smith. Turn from Armstrong.
Good, good. Go on, keep that momentum.
Apter. Iberi. Nicely worked from Everton.
Well played. Good play. Really good play. You can see once you get down one side of the pitch and Harrison turns him, you actually find the other number 8. You just got to keep that momentum with speed going forward.
Yeah, I was going to say that just injected a bit more pace in the attack there, and it showed. They forced a corner kick. Free just sorting out a bit of jostling in the box. Bates takes it short for Beaumont Clark. To Bates, wanted the more favourable angle, I think, to get the cross in, but he was being put under pressure. Armstrong for Van Shaw. Shaw pulls it into the box. Morgan couldn't get there. Morgan trying to tee up Harrison Armstrong there. It's not quite on each other's wavelength. Shaw. Iberi. Apter. Armstrong. Beaumont Clark. Samuel Smith looks to overlap. And he pulls the ball back. Samuel Smith. He won't drop the Beaumont Clark. Just a little push in the back.
Yeah, getting in the areas. They are getting in the areas. Just need to be patient and have the belief to know that it's coming. I feel like it's coming, and you have gained a large part of possession in this game. I know they're down to 10 men, but you have used the ball well, Everton, and hopefully get a goal sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we've got just under 3 minutes of normal time to go. I think we'll probably get 4 or 5 minutes at the end, so there's still plenty of time. But what do you think's going through Leighton's mind right now?
He'll have the answers. Leighton will have the answers, and it'll just be how he frames that to the lads, and more around, keep being patient, keep using the ball well. Obviously you can see that Kobe's having success, so it'll be how many times and how quickly and what patterns of play can we do to get the ball to them in a 1v1 situation, and then what happens from there in terms of bodies in the box. Just being a bit braver. You can see at times we've got 3v1 against their striker. Maybe push one of our lads forward.
Beaumont Clark. Oh, it just went too soon. Flag up from the assistant referee. Always frustrating when you see the flag up, particularly when you've got the likes of Morgan and Iberi who are so quick they almost don't need to find themselves offside.
Yeah, that's what we spoke about before, just about being patient, obviously playing on the last line but within reason. And also down to the lads who play the ball. Are they delaying and playing it a little bit too late for them? It's not always down to the one who's offside, it's the man on the ball as well.
Free kick from Merrick sails straight into touch. Cormac Clark surely dragged down. Morgan's chasing. Johnny Campbell went down. I think he went down softly, but
I think he
knew what he was doing.
Yeah, was clever, intelligent.
Just gets his body in between man and ball. Clever indeed. Very nearly landed in our commentary gantry then.
Yeah, 5 minutes at the done.
Plenty of time for Everton to get the equaliser just before the break.
I think there's times there where as soon as Allard lifts his eyes up, the 10 is jumping naturally to go towards Josh as he's an attacking player, not a defender. It's on to just to miss him out. Miss Josh Van Shaw out and go straight into Colby over the 10's head. Actually done it once in the first half, which worked well.
It's just these small margins really where if Everton do tick themselves up, then they will get back into this game.
Yeah, definitely. The next goal's vital. I think it's a real kick in the tummy for our lads if these go and score the next goal, but ultimately if we go and score the next goal, the momentum will be with us, and I can see us doing something good in the game.
Thomas safely back to Pickford. Long from Moonen. Just waiting for a ball to be sent back to him. There is Leighton Baines, Everton legend, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's off the pitch. Yeah, let's get playing. 2 men down now, so let's try and use that to our advantage.
Yeah, Jimmy J. Morgan has just got a piece of tissue stuffed up his nose. Taking a knock to the face. So for the time being, it's 11 against 9. Try and make it count.
Yeah.
Bates. Armstrong, good turn. Very nimble footwork. Oh, that's cheaply given away. Morgan comes off the ref. It will be a free ball for Chelsea. Here's McNeely, goal scorer.
Well done. Well done, Harrison.
Really well challenged. Moonen. Nice pass through the middle. Cormac Clark. Again, the idea is good, but the execution.
Yeah,
Work.
that's the most important thing, unfortunately, though, the execution. You can have all the right ideas in the world, but I think you
just got to realise how strong the winds are. The ball can't leave the floor really. You've just got to put either backspin on it or keep it on the floor.
Good work from Beaumont Clark. Now here he's Apter. He's had one strike at goal already. Not going to get a decision from the referee there. Did go down. Strong challenge from Harrison Armstrong. A few seconds left of this first half. It looks like Chelsea are going to go in 1-0 at the break. Smith, maybe they've got one more chance. Bates. Shaw controls. Berry looking to link up with each other, but not going to have time because the referee is blown for half time. We thought the game was going to be swinging in Everton's favour very early on in the piece. Caden Wilson shown a straight red card for bringing down George Morgan. Professional foul, last man challenge, but it is Chelsea who've scored the only goal of the game so far. A lovely strike curled into the corner by Donnell McNeely. Lots to think about for Leighton Baines and his players at half-time, where it is Everton 0, Chelsea 1.
Everton captain James Tarkowski moves it out to the right-hand side. Ball in behind for Calvert-Lewin. It's a well-timed run. He's brought it down well, just a little wide, but he's managed to dig out the chance and force the first real save of the game from Sam Johnston. playing the final third, mostly has let both sides down. That's a mistake, and Andre Gomez has pounced, and he's felled. Gomez has the Barcelona flair in his locker. Harrison is probably best seated with the left foot. It's Gomez, and it is brilliant. Andre Gomez with an absolute perler, and it looked like a goal was never coming in this FA Cup tie, and it might just spark it into life. Here's Eze. Strong challenge from Branthwaite. Eze has it back. Eze has the chance, and that's a brilliant save from Virginia to deny Mitchell. Looking to build some momentum in the game, but it's lost to Amada on the far side by McNeil. The ball comes in for Edouard, who turns away from goal, and a smart save from João Virginia again. Reineveld finds Franca, knocks it inside to nobody, and Calvert-Lewin now has half a chance to Calvert-Lewin. Ozzo battling, Garner breaking, Dobbin. McNeil has 3 to aim for. Dobbin! Johnson with a big save. McNeil should have just cleared it. The ball into the area. Mateta can't control it. And Virginia pounces on the loose ball. But surely there, Mateta should have been striking rather than controlling.
Olsen getting a foot in for Everton, but Villa still in possession. Ball played down the line. Here is Hansen, rolled across to Rachel Daly, who got her shot on target. Benison able to drive towards the edge of the area. Now here's Payne. Low shot, saved by Leeds. Here's Benison. Driven across, and that's a big opportunity for Everton. Leet makes the save. High floating delivery this time, and well, that's a brilliant bit of defending. This is better from Villa as the ball goes into Daly. Anywhere else, and that would have caused big problems for Courtney Brosnan. Benison shoots from range. Oh, off the post. Brilliant effort, and so close to breaking the deadlock. Hannah Benison with a fantastic strike. And Villa get lucky as it bounced off the inside of the post and away from goal. Gali. Now Benison. Pulled back in, smashed in. And Everton finally break the deadlock through Caroline Olsen. There was no chance Anna Leet was going to stop this finish. Courses ball forwards. Oh, the touch from Leon. So close to drawing Villa level. Opportunity now for Everton. And it's in, and that could be the winner. Villa failing to clear their lines, and Everton double their lead. Snoisy with a beautiful finish into the bottom corner. Snoisy into Cole, and Snoisy goes down, and it is a penalty. There might be protest from the Aston Villa defenders, but Anna Patton just tugged the Netherlands international back. Katja Snoisy given the task of taking the penalty up against Anna Leeds. Straight down the middle and straight into the back of the net. It's a double for Katja Snoisy, and Everton are going to progress to round 2 at a canter.
Welcome back to Walton Hall Park, where we are about to get underway for the second half of this FA Youth Cup tie between Everton and Chelsea. Well, we got a little bit too quickly there for the referee, so
take this ball over there.
we'll get the ball back on the centre circle as quickly as possible. Everton trail by a goal to nil. A lovely strike midway through the first half from Donald McNeely. The difference between the two sides, and now Everton got some work to do, but they do have a man advantage following an early red card for Caden Wilson in that first half. Doesn't look like any changes have been made to either side at the break, so Leighton Baines clearly happy with what he's seen from his first half, even though they are a goal down against this Chelsea side. There's Van Shaw, back now to Alan Thomas. Now with Moonen. Bates, who's looked to try and control the tempo of the game in midfield. Here he is once again, Carl Bates. Picked up a yellow card, so he does have to be a little bit careful for the rest of the game now. Will be an Everton throw-in, taken by the two on the far side, Odin Samuel Smith. With it Berry now. Nice work from Apter, tried to let the ball run between his legs, but well won back there by Chelsea. Jose Baxter has rejoined me for the second half of this game between Everton's under-18s and Chelsea of a similar age group, and Everton have got work to do in this second half. They do have the disadvantage now of the fact that they're shooting into the wind, but the longer the game goes on, you would expect Chelsea to tire a bit, down to 10 men. They've got a chance here, Everton, but Berry's touch is loose.
Yeah, the one positive is that, like you've just seen here, the ball's going to hold up a little bit more for them runs in behind, so you need to use that to the advantage. As you can see in the first half, Chelsea are quite aggressive with the press, so the space is normally in behind, and if it's holding up in the wind, then perfect, and the ball will stay in play, and Colby needs to threaten that as well as George Morgan.
Yeah, it will give them a better opportunity, I suppose, to play those slightly longer balls, given that the wind will hold on to the ball. We'll just be hoping that it's not too much the other direction. Here is Iberi now. Back to Van Shaw. Alan Thomas, who we saw play a few good long balls in that first half. Van Shaw stretching his legs. Gets it back from Iberi, gets to the byline. They're not going to get themselves a corner kick there, but again, it's good combination work, and I've been impressed with the way that Van Shaw and Iberi have linked up together.
Yeah, that's one thing Josh will do. He'll give you the threat going in behind as well, and he'll overlap, he'll underlap, he'll try everything. He's a great kid. He's 100% honest, and sometimes he just leaves Colby and people will think get round him, but you want Colby in 1v1 situations. When he's doubled up, that's where you'll see Josh going in behind.
Everton caught out by the long ball over the top. It's a really bad touch though from George. That's a big chance for Chelsea to get in behind and get a strike at goal, but it's passed up. Van Shaw gets it, and I suppose looking at Van Shaw, he more than anyone on the field has got the best possible coach in Leighton Baines.
Yeah, absolutely. As a full-back, you'd be rubbing your hands together with a coach like Leighton, and the information he can give you, the experience he's got is second to none.
Ball runs away from Apter. Speaking off air during the break to a few people, and I think the general consensus is that Everton have played well. They're just maybe taking one or two extra touches when they don't need. I mean, specifically looking at the examples of Beaumont Clark when he had the ball on his right foot, should have had a strike.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a little bit more belief, and like Leighton said before, just caught him then before the second half, and just a bit of cutting edge and being ruthless, and that's all it is, because you're certainly getting in the positions.
I'm sure being put under pressure by Harrison. The extent where he's conceded a throw-in. Once again, Chelsea taking their time to get the game back underway. Ajampong pulls the ball back into the box. Jimmy J. Morgan's shot took a deflection. Everton just need to sharpen up a little bit when Chelsea have got the ball in those positions. Not sending so many men forward. Got 4 outside the box. Corner comes in and it's drifted over everyone's head. And that will be a goal kick. Puts the ball down and plays the goal kick straight away. There's a real sense of urgency about Everton. No wonder.
Well played.
Bates. Really well played. Sends the Chelsea man down to the deck. Here is Cal Bates again. It's a bit of support. Gets it from Thomas. It's such a gift to any side when you've got a midfielder who's willing to take the ball in those positions on the half turn, as Cal Bates does.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of the job as a six, to be like a quarterback and just get on the ball and get attacks going. And Cal's really comfortable of getting on the ball, and like you see there, back to play, moving his hips. He's a nice footballer.
Just to add to the challenge of the gale force winds we've got here at Walton Hall Park today, it looks like it's starting to rain a bit, so all the elements, HUD's beginning to go up. Proper football conditions.
Absolutely, yeah. Should take that in the stride, and the worse it gets, I think the more it falls in our favour.
Goes over everyone's heads from Merrick's clearance. Again, it's Everton swiftly getting the game back underway. Here's Bates again. There he wants it. He does get it, but the bounce of the ball didn't really do him any favours. Bates looking for options again. Gets one in Moonan. Beaumont Clark. One of the players in the squad, Jacob Beaumont Clark, who's progressed to under-21s football at times this season. Bates over the top, can't find Morgan.
Yeah, the opportunities, it's definitely on. Them balls in behind are definitely on.
Morgan round the corner. Samuel Smith. This is Dyer. Now George strikes it, but it's blocked by Moonan. Again, taking their time to resume the game. Something that Everton have to bear in mind. Not the best ball from Moonan. Clark wins it well off Jimmy J. Morgan. Apter
keep playing.
Feeds it through to George Morgan. Chance for Armstrong. Round the corner for Apter. It's a good looking cross. Morgan's header. Glances it wide.
Good play.
Lovely cross from Apter. He hung it up nicely in the air for Morgan to rise. Thought initially Armstrong may have overrun it, but he spotted the run of Apter.
Yeah, it was unlucky. Good movement as well, George, to get across the man, just didn't quite connect with it.
The ball just zipped away then.
Yeah, I think that's where you can actually afford to be a bit higher and a bit more aggressive with your press, because any balls in behind, certainly from Chelsea, they're just going to skid through to George Pickford, so you can be a bit more aggressive with that press.
Tough conditions, but it's the conditions these lads are going to have to get used to if they want a career in the professional game. Lance throwing, glanced on. Chelsea have been awarded a free kick. Free just putting the spray down. Ronnie Harrison preparing to take this free kick. Drifts it into the area and Pickford has to tip it over.
You can see how windy it is, can't you?
One of those where you would be left pretty red-faced if you conceded, so Pickford had to be quick, and in fairness to him, he was.
Sure was. Dealt with it well.
Chelsea looking for a second with this corner. Way by Berry, and now Beaumont Clark. A bit of a tight spot, but he does very well.
Yeah.
Dyer around the corner. Thomas. Berry still keeps making these runs on the near side and he's not being picked out. Loudon still holding on to the ball. Releases it to Beaumont Clark. Through the middle, but that's it. Going to get to it. Just need that little bit more finesse, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Like we said before, you can have all the best ideas in the world, but the actual main thing is doing it. And it's the same with the passes. You can see them, but you actually need the finesse for it to get there. And unfortunately, at the minute, we haven't just quite got that.
Chelsea's strategy is almost just to belt it down the field as often as possible and let the ball go out.
Listen, they'll be looking at it as they can't score from being in the corner or with the ball out of play, so they're a man down. Like I said before, the game management side of it's really good from their lads. You can see that right the way through the academy, and that might be a plan, and if it is, like we said before, you got to do what you got to do to be in the next round.
Crossed in, headed away, and then again tidied up by Armstrong, but it's given away by Beaumont Clark, off the post, off both posts and in. And Tyreek George has scored Chelsea's second, and now the task is all the more difficult for Everton. They struggle to clear their lines, too many touches. Chelsea get a bit of fortune with the finish, the fact that it ricochets off both posts, but it's now a massive, massive task for Everton.
Yeah, it is. It's said before, the next goal is important, and as you can see there, it's probably took the wind out the sails a little bit, but still there's 30 minutes to play and the next goal is vital again, and it's just a little bit more belief, that's all.
just a little bit careless from Beaumont Clark to give the ball away. You've got to say fair play though to Tyreek George. It's a lovely swivel and turn, gets the strike away, and then you don't see it too often where it comes off both posts and then goes in. But
no, great finish by the boy. You can see they've had 2 opportunities, one first half in terms of clear cut. The lads had 1 touch and it's in the back of the net, and you can see first half he swivelled in one and hit it, and that's the ruthlessness that we were talking about before. The best teams have it.
Well, the next 5 or 10 minutes is going to be vital if Everton want to book that place in round 5 of the FA Youth Cup. They were knocked out at this stage last season by Watford, and they don't want history to repeat itself. Three-time winners of this competition, but it would be some effort now if Everton were to come back. Looking to get back in straight away, but that's catching practice for Merrick. From one end to the other from Merrick. I suppose it's not a bad tactic to deploy, really. Making sure the ball is out of play as often as possible. Morgan round the corner. Beaumont Clark, if he'd have just laid it off quicker. Drops to Morgan anyway. You think Leighton might be considering making a couple of changes at this stage?
Yeah, definitely. I think Capta's an easy one. He's been stretching that calf for 10 or 15 minutes now. I think it's time for him to come and have a rest, and obviously a little bit more, maybe take one out the back line and go for it, because ultimately we need a goal.
On by Jimmy J. Morgan. And a drop though for Donald McNeely. Up to Morgan again. Oh, he does really well. Super hold-up play.
Yeah, that's really good. His hold-up plays top draw.
Armstrong tries to get away from George, and he does.
Chance.
Beaumont Clark comes to Apter still.
Yeah, there are opportunities where, like you see with the boy, one touch and it was in the back of the net. You can't turn them shooting opportunities down, especially when you need a goal.
Beaumont Clark stood over this corner. It's sent into the back post, but it's got too much on it. Armstrong the nearest man, but fortunately it just went beyond him. Jimmy J. Morgan still got that bit of tissue stuffed up his nose from the first half. Chelsea get themselves a free kick. It is looking a bit of a forlorn task now, but I suppose with it being cup football, there's nothing to lose by throwing caution to the wind and just trying to get forward as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely, and that's something that would have been told to the lads at half time, especially with that more belief, run forward, pass forward.
A couple of changes are getting ready to come on. Harvey Foster and George Finney about to make their way onto the field. Here's Bates. Moonen. Morgan, great turn. Moving forward. Apter. Can he strike the ball? He can. Straight down the keeper's throat, but at least it's something.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It is something, but I think the option was to play out wide, and we had an overload with Jacob and Oden down the right-hand side, and great turn by George Morgan and great position. He's been really good today, George.
Now might be an opportune moment to make these changes. Finney and Foster. It's going to be Odin Samuel Smith to come off, with Finney replacing him. So only one of the brothers is still going to be on the field. And Matthew Apter off as well. And he called it right, Jose. Apter's off and Harvey Foster on for him.
Yeah, Matty's work rate's exceptional, and he's had a bit of cramp here. He obviously been playing a lot of games and training really hard and stuff, but normally Matty's one who can go for 90 minutes, 100 minutes, however long the game lasts. But you could see he was stretching for 10 or 15 minutes, and if that's the case, just bring him off.
First chance for Finney to play the ball down the line, and it nearly reached Morgan. Does get a corner.
Yeah, George is one who's got finesse, and you see there with the pass right into George Morgan's feet. First minute, first pass, and get your team up the pitch. Doesn't half help when you can have someone who can just open up and find someone.
Yeah, the fresh legs could make a big difference. Clark with another opportunity, the corner, but again, same result, too much on it.
Yeah, I think as soon as you do that with the first one and you're trying to really whip it and put pace on it, and you understand that the wind's taking it, the next time you don't go for as much whip, and that went even further.
Yeah, you're almost trying to over-adjust and overcompensate.
Yeah.
Bates.
Chance.
Beaumont Clark. He's got an overlap. Into the box. Oh, it nearly dropped for Bates. He stuck his leg out but couldn't get the decisive touch. Moonen. Doesn't reach Armstrong. And here is Jimmy J. Morgan. And this is where Chelsea will look to be ruthless. McNeely's making a run. It's a good recovering slide by Van Shaw to get it back to his keeper. Beaumont Clark still trying to make things happen. You can obviously see why he's so highly rated. He's always wanting the ball, even when it's not quite coming off for him.
Yep, definitely he will show good courage. Definitely in terms of wanting to get the ball and want to do something and be the game changer, definitely.
Armstrong. Here's Foster. Placement for Matty Apter. Now Bates scoops it into the box. Comes back for Bates. Well, it was left by everybody in a Chelsea shirt. Spoken about Finney, what qualities do you think Foster will bring to midfield?
Same, passing ability. He's one who'll try and play forward and definitely get the switches of play in and look to play them balls in behind. So definitely both substitutions will be forward thinking, not playing a safe option in terms of playing back all the time or sideways. They'll want to play forward.
Finney's on the ball now. Beaumont Clark down the line for Finney. Chelsea wanted an offside flag to go up, but the ball has too much pace on it anyway. Chelsea are preparing a substitution of their own now. Michael Golding looks ready to come on. Couple of changes actually. Foster. And Brad Moonen. Intercepted there by Harrison McMahon. Just didn't have enough legs on it to reach a Berry. And those changes are coming now for Chelsea. Jimmy J Morgan's afternoon is over. It's been attritional for him. He's come away with a bloody nose, but side 2 goals to the good. Ollie Harrison, the other man to depart as well. Michael Golding's on, as is Reece Russell-Denny. And 2 changes apiece. Foster. Armstrong. Away from Denny. Good run from Armstrong. Finney pulls it back. Armstrong on he goes. Good work. Trying to link up with Morgan. The 1-2 doesn't come off. McMahon. Sure, that went out of play. Golding forward. And Shaw needs to be careful. To be a bit of a push in the back, but Everton come away with the ball. Yep. Bates. Offside flag goes up. I thought that was a ball for Finney then, and I think Morgan came across and just got in the way.
Yeah, he did, but I think there was a little bit much on it for Finney, which Morgan obviously thought it was for him, but
Clark working hard to keep hold of the ball, and he does really well. Just gets no reward. I suppose it's a show of respect to the player, really, that whenever Jacob Beaumont Clark has the ball, Chelsea seem to be putting 2 or 3 defenders around him sometimes.
yeah, definitely, and then that's down to Jacob then to realise that, and obviously we've got to overload somewhere else and to come out. Not all the time, you can be 2 or 3 players.
Shot comes in from Golding. It's dragged wide, and Pickford gets the game underway as quickly as he possibly can. Iberi's calling for it, but it's a poor pass. Gets there, just lifts it over his head. It's good awareness. Pick out Van Shaw. Bates looking to be the difference maker. Finney. the last home game that Everton have got for quite a few weeks. And a succession of away trips to Stoke, Forest and Manchester City. Want to leave here with a height. That's looking more and more difficult now. McNeely's running through on goal. Really good touch. Goes down. I don't think there was anything in that from Moonen.
No, there wasn't, no. He just overran it, the lad, and George Pickford was on his toes. Again, great hold-up play from George Morgan.
Foster for Armstrong now. Morgan, Bates, Finney sending more into the box. Finney, oh, it's up to Armstrong, and it was just taken away from him. Van Shaw, Iberi gets it onto his right foot and drags it wide.
Yeah, he played good. It was good play by Josh, nice disguise, pass inside to Colbs and facing him up 1v1, done well to get his shot off, but just couldn't hit the target, unfortunately.
They are visibly looking to get more and more bodies forward, are Everton. Heading into the last 10 minutes, got to go for broke. Challenge from Van Shaw. Berry. It's those moments that are really, really frustrating for Everton.
Yeah, they are. They sure are. They're opportunities, big opportunities, and you see Chelsea, they've only had 10 men and they've had one or two of them opportunities, and both of them have ended up in the back of the net, and that is the difference.
Bates. Roman Clark. Crossing deeper to get involved. Armstrong, good turn. Foster. Derry. Strong play to hold on to the ball. But whatever he tries to do, McMahon was there to the ball. Armstrong. Shown some lovely touches in this second half, but this time he gives it away. Golding over the top. Roman Clark. Getting really stretched this game now. Morgan takes it wide, puts the cross in. Foster. Bates. Back to Foster. Iberi tries to nutmeg McMahon. On he goes, Iberi. Good strong defending from Chelsea.
They have defended the box quite well, Chelsea, to be fair to them. Anything that's being cut across, being cut back, they've always seemed to be there. Any blocks, they've managed to do so, so fair play to them.
They're responding by making a substitution. Tyrick George, the scorer of the second goal, he's being withdrawn, and Somto Boniface is going to replace him. Nice finish for the second goal. It's given Chelsea a bit of breathing space in the game. Boniface comes on. Not often see subs made when you're defending a corner kick. Sent in by Bates, it hangs in the box, and then Merritt comes and gathers.
Yeah. Keeper's just had a little look up at the referee and then decided to stay back down, and that's the game management of Chelsea. It has been really good, to be fair.
Yeah, I think the cynics would call it the dark arts of football, but
yeah, it's frustrating when you're on the receiving end of it, but when you are the team that's doing it, it is intelligent. It's part of the game, and I think all lads should be drilled into it. You see some teams to win them 1-0 with 2 minutes to go and they're sprinting for throw-ins, and you know, it's a big part of football.
And it gives both sets of players the chance to come over and some fluids on board, and through a few tactical briefings with respective coaches. Leighton's got his troops over, and the Chelsea coach Hassan Suleiman has got his lads on the touchline too. Merrick is getting some treatment. Taking his glove off, and he's just waving his right hand about. Don't think a change is going to be needed. Over the top now, and Van Shaw will try and tidy it up. Bates. Derek Armstrong tried to get away from 2, he couldn't make it 3.
Yeah, I think he's been good, Armstrong. He has been really good in the game. He's been the one who wants to get on it, to drive the team forward, picked up some great positions, and unfortunately it hasn't quite fell for him today, but he has been really good, Harrison.
Yeah, he looks a really intelligent player in terms of his spatial awareness, his ability to turn. But this is Chelsea moving forward now with Boniface. Sent forward by Denny. He's done well, Boniface. This is Denny, trying to make it 3. Good block though from Moonen. Denny back in. McNeely looking for his second. And Everton make the block. Man. That's Yampong. Just one of those things where Everton are going to be a little bit susceptible on the counter-attack.
Yeah, definitely. They are.
Beaumont Clark challenged. Boniface has been sent away. Everton have plenty of men back. Finney does really well. Not so well with the clearance, and Bates loses it. Maybe starting to look a bit leggy now. Here's Van Short. Moonen. Can just get a goal back before the 90 is up. He's probably going to have a decent amount of additional time because of Merrick's injury. Never know what could happen. Almost trying to go straight through the middle. Golding, surely offside.
Yeah.
Looking on from the gantry, how would you sum up Everton's performance this afternoon?
I honestly think it's been alright, to be fair. It's just that being that lack of cut on edge and lack of quality in the final third. I think getting there, it's been quite good. But ultimately the game's won and lost on scoring goals, and look, even that, it's just the care. It's just the care in the final third and that ruthlessness to actually face someone up 1v1 and want to put the ball in the back of the net and actually means something to put the ball in the back of the net. I think it's just been half-hearted in the final third, and that little lack of quality with the final ball.
The corner from Bates is plucked from the air really well by Merrick, given the speed that it was coming towards him. There's another example. I think Everton's corners did provide problems in the first half. They've done no such thing in this second 45. Long ball up, taken by Pickford. Derek, too close to McMahon. Golding, down the line for Denny. Back to Dyer. You talk about game management, that's a great example of it. Could have easily tried to flash the ball across.
Yeah. 5 minutes I'd have done.
Armstrong. Morgan's making a move, so is Iberri. And Iberri gets it. Just a few errant first touches, unfortunately.
He's had enough of the ball, he certainly has. He's had a lot of 1v1 situations, a lot of the ball Kobe, and ultimately on another day he contributes a little bit more.
Looking like defeat, but as you just mentioned a few moments ago, there are positives they can take into the league campaign at least.
Listen, definitely positives. You look at this team, it's potentially a 10-15 million pound team. What Chelsea have got, some of the best players in the country, and went and handpicked them and paid big money for them, and ultimately it was a good test for our lads coming into the game. I think they've held their own, certainly. I know Chelsea went down to 10 men, maybe that would have been a different game, but like I said before, they've got to them positions, they've defended alright, our lads, and obviously 2 great goals from them. But all in all, it's been good. Like, you know, definitely take positives from this.
We've got a late free kick. Looks like we're going to see a late change for Everton. Daniel Marr about to come on. Get a few minutes into the legs for him. Alan Thomas off. Might only be a consolation at this stage, but we'll still want it. Free kick sent in, it's over Moonan's head.
Even that, it's a great ball in. If you watch, there's 3 lads who just went outside the box. One of them being a striker, the other 2 just dropped deep in outside the box. You need to score to keep yourself in the game. You should be throwing your bodies on the line, whether that's over it or not. I think it's a decent enough ball and no one near it.
Moonan. Now Finney. Looks like Mar's gone over to the far side. Beaumont Clark does get the strike off. He sends it wide at the near post. It's what we wanted to see from him earlier on.
Yeah. I get it, it's a shot and we need to. And I think he overran it a little bit and the shot was on there now. And an extra touch again, just a little bit off balance and goes wide of the post.
Foster. Clark. In a good workout for Everton today, but just come up short. Will go on. Armstrong. Boniface gets there, and there is the full-time whistle, and Everton's FA Youth Cup journey for another season has come to an end. Chelsea were just that little bit too strong for them on the day, and despite Caden Wilson being sent off early on in the piece, goals either side of half-time for Donald McNeely and Tyreek George were the difference. And Jose, disappointing afternoon for Everton, but I think Leighton Baines will be pleased with certain aspects of what he's seen.
Yeah, he will be. There was definitely some good bits of play in there, and like I said before, it was just that little bit of quality in the final third, but certainly some good positives to take out of the game today.
Yeah, unfortunately, they cannot book a date against Crystal Palace in round 5 of the FA Youth Cup. The priority now for them is to improve their league form. Just looking at the replays of some of the major incidents, clear red card there for Caden Wilson. I don't think anyone could really argue. I don't think there were many arguments from a Chelsea perspective there. But unfortunately, despite having 10 men, Chelsea were able to come back, and that is a lovely finish. You can't take anything away
I think
from
both goals were great finishes, and both took them really well, the lads, and fair play to them. It was that weaknessness, just as you see, touch and bang, it's in the back of the net, and exactly the same. Lad was facing our goal and turned and won and finished with his left foot greatly. So 2 great finishes.
This was arguably Everton's best chance of the game, falling to George Morgan, just glancing the header wide of the target. George Pickford called into action as well, just making sure the ball didn't sail straight over his head. This is the second goal that ultimately rubber stamped the game for Chelsea, and like you say, great finish. difference in the game. That was a shot that came in from Apter straight at the goalkeeper there. And unfortunately for Everton, towards the end of the game, they were only creating half chances, if that.
Yeah, it was, and it was just down to decision making. I think sometimes when we were shooting, the pass was on, and sometimes when the shot was on, we were passing, and that just did in the final third. I just seen Kobe there face the lad up greatly 1v1 and managed to shift it, but the shot doesn't hit the target, and they're just the little things, and that's all it is. Fine margins in football.
Yeah, Kobe Berry in particular saw plenty of the ball in that second half, and this was probably the last real opportunity for Everton there. Jacob Beaumont-Clark sending it wide of the near post, but unfortunately for Everton, they could not breach the stubborn Chelsea defence. They are now out of the FA Youth Cup. It's finished here at Walton Hall Park. Everton 0, Chelsea 2.